So we're going to talk about Mi'kmaq lobster fishing. First off is the history of the moderate livelihood. In 1999, the Supreme Court of Canada released the Marshall decision. The court did not give the Mi'kmaq the right to fish, but recognized and upheld that right enshrined in the treaties. Depending on the moderate livelihood, the Mi'kmaq can make money but not get rich. Then the court issued a second decision with the clarification that this right can be regulated by DFO, Fisheries and Oceans Canada, for the purposes of conservation. The right to the moderate livelihood in its regulations has not been reflected for 21 years, and the Mi'kmaq signed peace and friendship treaties in the mid-1700s, and these treaties never ceded land. This shows negligence and discriminations against the Mi'kmaq people. Second one is the moderate livelihood and the Mi'kmaq people. So fishery is the biggest resource that they can live off. It keeps sustaining the economic growth and makes sure that every local people in the community is fed. It also helps in promoting sustainable conservation and safety. The Mi'kmaq people are adept at this regulation since it's a part of the tradition. What's the issue? Non-indigenous people are protesting against the fishery. That is illegal, and they also accused it of being used as a cloak for a large-scale commercial fishery. They have seized many fish, lobster traps from the Mi'kmaq with violence and threats. Mi'kmaq fishing practice what is regarded under DFO's regulations and conservation mandate. Indigenous water is being overused by non-indigenous people. But Megan Bailey, a Dalhousie University professor, said it is not scientifically proven that it will pose a risk to conservation. She said the commercial effort in this area is normally hundreds of thousands of traps, and the number of traps going in right now would be a negligible impact on the stock. The Mi'kmaq have a constitutional right to fish for the moderate livelihood without a license. The sub-regulated plan includes license for non-Mi'kmaq lobster consumers that state the purchase is legal as per the peace and friendship treaties. This is not a conservation concern but straight-up racial discrimination and prejudice against the indigenous people, that they are still being colonized. And this is also the reason why the Mi'kmaq created their own policy, because the government failed them. The example here is would be Aston Burney's case. His boat was sabotaged by non-indigenous people for exercising his treaty rights to fishery for a moderate livelihood. So what are the possible solutions? Work directly with the Crown to get up new fisheries. Government needs to keep the non-indigenous people from interrupting their work and implement action on the moderate livelihood strategy, and also promote legal lobster fish sales of the Mi'kmaq.